Hello, welcome to my creepy stories. Hello, strangers. Are you back again for another creepy, disturbing story? Well, I think you've come to the right place. Let's find out what happens in my creepy story today. We're doing things a bit different today. Because today we're having one of my own creepy tales. So sit back, relax if you can, and enjoy. Emily was a happy little girl that would watch her cartoons every day after school. After school, her mother would pick her up, and immediately she would run into the house, sit in the middle of the room on her blue fluffy rug, and she would grab the remote control, put the TV on, and watch all her favourite cartoons. All the cartoons she'd watch would be bright and colourful, and the characters will all have the most annoying high-pitched voices and the most colourful of skins. So every day at 3 o'clock, when she arrived home after school, this was mainly what Emily would do. But one day, it wasn't like a normal day. This day was different. It was 3 o'clock. Her mother pulled the car into the driveway, and same as every day, Emily would run out of the car, past the driveway, into the house, and of course, sit on her magical blue fluffy rug, grab the controller. But this day, like I said, was different. The TV would not come on. She sat there for a few moments, wondering why the TV wouldn't come on. So her mother walked past her and went into the kitchen like she always did. Her mother, not noticing the TV did not come on as normal. So Emily tried to turn on the TV once again, but with still no luck. Still, the TV just wouldn't turn on. Emily started to get a bit upset. Mummy? Mummy? There was no answer. Emily would normally find her mum sitting at her laptop in the kitchen. So she shouted again, Mummy, Mummy, but still there wasn't an answer. Emily decided to walk into the kitchen. This time she shouted a bit louder, Mummy! As she walked into the quietness of the kitchen, she looked over to the place her mum normally was sitting on her laptop, and she just wasn't there. Now Emily was feeling a little worried. Where was her mummy?
Me,
Emily
Mommy.
shouted again and again,
Mommy.
but still no answer. She walked around the kitchen, wondering and looking around, wondering where she could be. Emily started to cry. Not just a little sob, but absolutely crying, all alone. Where have you gone, Mummy? Emily called, hoping that the call of desperation will help her, or help get her mother's attention. But then, all of a sudden, Emily could hear her mother's voice. Emily. Emily. Of course, Emily wondered where the sound was coming from. It sounded like it was coming from the front room where she just was with the TV. Mummy, where are you? I can't see you. Emily walked slowly back to the front room. Emily looked all around the front room, but she couldn't find her mother. So she went on tiptoes and she peeked over the top of the sofa and had another good look around. Feeling nervous, she looked over to the TV and it turned on all by itself. In shock of the brightness of the screen and a loud, screeching sound, Emily could see something moving on the screen, right in the center. It looked like her cartoon, but on the outside of the screen, she saw some fingers sticking out from the side of it. Feeling very confused, Emily got closer and closer. As she went closer, she saw her mummy's face inside the TV. Then, all of a sudden, smash, her mummy's face comes through the TV, illuminated by the lights, and her eyes seemed to be glowing bright green, like she'd been taken over by some evil, dark force. Her mother now was tearing her way out the TV. She was yelling and screaming, "Here's your annoying cartoons." Her mum had blood dripping down her face, and from her body, from the glass, from the screen, her face with deep lines, with deep gashes straight through, bearing the muscles underneath, with just flesh dangling from her face. Emily's mum started to yell at Emily again. You don't deserve to watch these cartoons, you spoiled little brat. Emily's mum's jaw started to crack and started to look like it was just growing in size. Her mouth was altered in the most devilish and evil of ways. More blood started to flow down Emily's mum's face as she walked closer, as her bones were still cracking. It's like she turned into this crazy creature, unrecognizable to Emily now, but once known as her mother. As Emily's mum walked closer, the TV was still attached to her left leg, which was now pouring with blood all over her nice blue rug. Emily was completely frozen in fear as she walked even closer to Emily. Her mouth was so large, she swallowed Emily whole. And poor Emily never watched her cartoons ever again. Poor Emily. Well, I hope you enjoyed my story, and I hope I didn't scare you too much. Or maybe I just did want to scare you. But that's just for me to know and you to find out. If you enjoyed, please subscribe so I can tell you some more of my own creepy stories. Until next time, if you make it, goodbye. Thanks for coming by. Have a creepy, nasty, terrifying day. Goodbye.